We have a question way up front if we have a microphone. Right? Okay, we have one over here, and we'll come right. We're bringing a microphone over. I do want to remind those who are listening on the web that this is a live broadcast from Boston, Massachusetts. We are with Sir Richard Branson.
Hello out there on the web, whoever's listening.
And Mr. Mascartello.
Thank you, Richard, for joining us this morning. I have a comment and a question. I want to just say thank you, especially to your wife, Joan, and your parents, because I know they're big fans of Boston. I run the Convention and Visitors Bureau, and we need all the help we can get in cheerleading, so thank them for me. My question has to do with, you said you were in Seattle for Boeing. The 787 aircraft is, much talked about, but yet to fly, yet to, get into service. Do you see this plane actually ever flying? And if so, will Virgin be able to open new routes, maybe even routes out of Boston, or use the aircraft here in Boston?
That's the Dreamliner,
yes.
Right? Mm-hmm.
Well, we like to take a slight bit of responsibility for the way they built that plane, and maybe we could today give Steve Fossett some credit. Steve flew around the world in a all-composite plane to prove that that a plane could fly around the world non-stop, but more importantly, to prove that a plane could be built out of composite materials. You didn't have to build planes out of heavy metal with all the environmental and expense benefit of lugging all that fuel around. And fortunately, Boeing and Airbus are now attempting to build planes with all composite materials, and the 787 will be the plane which will have the most composite materials of any plane built. It has had some delays, and it's been incredibly frustrating for those of us who've ordered quite a few of them. But I think it'll be worth waiting for, and it'll save a lot of fuel use, and I think it'll be the first sort of commercial pioneering plane of the future. Our motherships and our spaceships are all composite materials. The mothership is the biggest all-composite material plane that's flying today, and it's good. It's good that finally the aircraft manufacturers are sitting up and doing something about it as well. But hopefully, it'll enable us to do more routes out of Boston one day.
Thank you. I think we have a question over here.
Anthony, we have one.
Oh, right here. Okay, fine. Yes, sir.
I had an idea for the Carbon Forum and the Virgin Earth Challenge, and I was wondering if you were still accepting applications and if I could give you this idea.
Come forward.
What is your name?
My name is Graham Van Graham Van Goffrier.
So come and tell us what your idea is. You sit down.
My idea was that we could take carbon and make it into a fuel for vehicles, and that the waste carbon could be used in greenhouse facilities to improve plant life and remove the carbon from the atmosphere, which would be good for the environment.
It sounds like it should work. So, do you want the $25 million now, or? Anyway, lovely to meet you. Thank you. We'll look forward to reading it.
Thank you very much.
Can we sign you up to work for Virgin one day?
Yes, we have a question right over here.
Hi, Sir Richard. Thank you for coming. It's been wonderful to have you here. I'm Jennifer White from White House Media, and I've really enjoyed watching you over the years in your switching from one industry to the other. When you started with Virgin Records, I was buying your records. I now have your phone and fly your airlines. But my question is, what is it about a new industry that you see that sparks your interest? Is it that you see that there's something that could be done better or more innovatively, or is there just an opening, financially? What is it that sparks your interest?
Well, we won't go into industries if we think they're run well, because there's no point in us being there. And if I go back to 25 years ago to when we started Virgin Atlantic, we had record companies all over the world. I would sit on the Pan Am or TWA in those days. I'd be lucky if I had a lump of chicken dumped in my lap. There was no entertainment system. The crew sometimes looked like they wanted to throw all the passengers out of the door at 30,000 feet. And so, I just felt, we could maybe create the kind of airline that I'd like to fly on, and if I'd like to fly on it, therefore maybe my friends would like to fly on it. So if you go around the world, Virgin is in some countries, in some industries, and it's not in other countries in those same industries, and that's largely because some countries do it very well, and some don't do it so well, and it's fun to go in and try to sort of improve on an industry, and sometimes it works out okay. But thank you. Thank you for your loyalty as well as a Virgin customer.
Thank you. We have a question. I don't see the microphone. The other microphone?
Right here.
Where is it?
Good morning. Good morning. My name is Susan Ornstein from Suffolk University. Good morning,
Oh, there you
Sir
are,
Richard.
right in the spotlights, right back there. We're trying to make eye contact here. Yes.
Thank you. I'm wondering if you could tell us what you think the 2 or 3 most exciting new renewable energy projects Virgin is involved with are.
Well, what we're doing at Virgin is we're putting 100% of the profits we make from, sorry, excuse me down there on the radio, that we make from our airline businesses into researching clean fuels and alternative energy. Obviously, as an airline owner, we would love to be able to come up with a alternative fuel that can be used on our planes, that is clean, that doesn't freeze at 15,000 feet, and that doesn't eat into the food supply. And so a year or so ago, we tested a fuel on the planes that was a biofuel, and proved that it could work. And having done that, we're now working hard to see if we can maybe come up with an algae-based fuel, or some kind of fuel that we can use for our planes that will be clean. We've also been trying to get our own house in order. So, for instance, I have a little island in the Caribbean. That will be 100% carbon neutral in a few months' time, using wind, using solar, using a little bit of battery power as backup. And then we can use that island as an example of how the rest of the Caribbean could be 100% carbon neutral, and then one could spread that off around the world. Our clean energy people are out there investing in a lot of different projects. I mean, yesterday I talked to somebody here in Boston who'd come up with a wind device, very easy to install on top of people's roofs, that could use up to sort of 75% of all the electricity of a house. Something you could just buy in your local department store, and have a return based on the average wind in Boston of about 4 years. So it's things like that I think that could ultimately make an enormous difference. And it's fantastic that you have a president now who's whose major push is going to be on the clean energy push and creating 5 million jobs here, and who's also committed in this latest announcement to build a smart grid in America, which will ultimately make a lot of these clean energy initiatives work.
We have time for one last question. Yes, right over here. Yes.
Hello, Richard. My name is Josh, and I'm 14. And frankly, I think what you've done is amazing. Your empire is just incredible. I have an educational website where kids can write travel and journal entries about trips they've been on. It's called kidstravelwithjosh.com. And can you just give me ways that I can advertise without really spending a lot of money to kids around the country about this great website?
Could you just say what the name of it was again?
It's kidstravelwithjosh.com.
Could you just say the name again?
You just did. So he didn't jump. He didn't jump.
Anyway, well, you got 2 plugs in there.
We have time for another question. Do we? Right down here? I can't see you in the spotlight here.
All the way in the back.
All the way in. Oh, right under the spotlight.
Sorry,
Yes, go
spotlight
ahead.
again.
That's okay. Even if you wave, we can't see you, but that's okay. We believe you're there.
I'm here. Good morning. My name is EJ Kritz. I'm from the retail franchise cartridge world. We've been lucky to be one of the few retailers having success today, and you've obviously been a pioneer in a lot of different ways. My question for you is, how do you curb your enthusiasm when you've got a new product or a new theme that's going to come on board? How do you keep yourself level and not get overexcited? Or is overexcitement a good thing?
Oh my God, I'm in the mobile phone business and I didn't turn it off. Oh, it's my daughter. Sorry, 1 second.
Oh, we'll just watch.
Holly, can I ring you back?
He's on to his next appointment soon.
Hang on a minute. Give her a round of applause, will you? I'll ring you back.
That's Holly.
Bye. No, I don't think you should curb your enthusiasm. I think if you believe in what you're doing in life, and I think all of us should only be doing things, if possible, that we believe in, then be as enthusiastic as possible about it. And I mean, I think today I've been asked to dress up in something connected with San Francisco. Anyway, you might see me as a drag queen later. Anyway, throw yourself into it, have a lot of fun, make people smile, and break a leg.